So hello there. I want to welcome you out today to Live with Lynn. I appreciate you being with me every day. So today I want to talk about how to appreciate what you have while working for what you want. So you guys have all heard my story. I mean, I have been really huge with Avon, and then I walked away from my Avon business for 6 years, and although Avon continued to pay me every 2 weeks like clockwork for that 6 years that I was gone, over time it started to dwindle, started to go down, right? And now I'm back. And when I came back, my team and my team sales and my business was a lot smaller than what it was when I left, right? And so now I am back to Avon. I beat myself up every day that I walked away from it. But you know what? Now, so let's talk about how to appreciate what you have while you're working for what you want, right? So my goal is to be the very top of Avon. I want to be the very top level, which is platinum executive. I want to be in that top 1/10 of 1% or 100th of 1% or whatever it is. Excuse me. Sorry. Of the company, but I want to be there at the very top. That's my goal. It always has been. I mean, it was really stupid of me to walk away. But there's also, and the truth is, I feel like I can't get there fast enough. I feel like it's taking me forever. And that's what you have to. That's what you have to work on. That's what you have to get over. Because while you're working for what you want, you're not always going to have it right now when you want it. Right? That's just how the world works. It takes time. It takes time to build a business. It takes time to achieve your goals. I mean, if you're trying to run a marathon, you can't make a decision you're going to run it and then tomorrow run it. Boy, I can sure be the proof of that, right? I run a block and I'm out of breath. But that's just the nature of it. And so there's so many things that we can appreciate along the way. For instance, in my business, I can appreciate so much the fact that Avon did continue to pay me every 2 weeks like clockwork, even though I wasn't working my business. I can appreciate the fact that I have team members that are on my team that have been on my team for 18 years and are still there and still going strong. And I've reconnected with them. So we're all working together now towards our goals, right? I can appreciate how quickly I'm growing again because I have the knowledge and the experience. I did it once. So now I should be able to just keep growing. I have the experience to be able to do that. And I'm doing it quicker than I did the first time. There's actually with Avon, there's so many things to appreciate. All the incentives, all the constantly they're giving us incentives and things to help us grow our business. All the trips I've been on. Last year, Richard and I went on 3 trips just last year alone with Avon. We did a cruise to Bermuda. Avon sent Richard and I to Ohio for a special leadership training that, only that very, very few people were picked to go to that. And then Richard and I also got to go to New York City to walk in the breast cancer walk in Central Park and give that check to the to the American Cancer Society for $1.25 million. That was really cool. So just last year alone, Avon gave me 3 trips. They gave me all kinds of incentives. This year, in fact, in about 4 days, I'm leaving to go to Los Cabos. So there's so many things I can appreciate, even though I'm not where I want to be in my business. There's things every single day. Probably even better things that I'm even more appreciative of is I have some amazing team members. I have some new people on my team that I would have probably never even met had I not left Avon for 6 years because, a lot's happened. I was in California when I left Avon. I'm now back in Utah. And now I'm back to Avon. And I have, I hate to call people out, but just as an example, Rick and Tina, they're amazing. And they're new people on my team. They're amazing friends. We've become really close. And that probably wouldn't have happened if I hadn't walked away from Avon in California. But I also still have amazing people on my team that have been on my team even since before I left that are still there. And I appreciate every single one of them. There's other things even in my own life, right now, right this minute, I'm struggling a lot with my mom and her health problems and having to balance that with my business. And I talked about that yesterday, that work-life balance. But my mom's really sick. She's in the hospital. I'm leaving in 4 days to go to Los Cabos. think that doesn't cause stress? Trust me, that does. I'm like, do I go? Do I stay home? Does my mom need me? And obviously, I'm not going to go to Los Cabos if my mom needs me, obviously. If she's not in a good place, then I will have to make that decision. But right now, I can appreciate the fact that even though that's causing me stress, even though my life is not so easy at the moment, I get to be with my mom. I get to spend the last couple of years with her and bond and get closer to her, that, because I came back home to Utah and I came home to be with her. And so I'm being with her, and I can appreciate that. I really do every day. I just love the fact that I could spend the time with my mom. So, there's so many things. Another thing, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place here, but another thing, I have learned so much. I walked away from Avon. I hate to keep harping on that, but I have learned so much in the process. I now have a story that I can tell people that's pretty powerful about the story of residual income. I can talk about how in 6 years, Avon never once quit sending me a paycheck every 2 weeks. That is the power of residual income. And that's a story that, even though I knew it, I absolutely believed in it way before now, but I have lived it. And I have worked other businesses. I've worked hard in other businesses. And even as hard as I was working, I couldn't match the money that Avon was still sending me, even though I wasn't doing anything. That's the power of residual income. And that's the story that I have learned, and that is now in my heart, that I know that it's really powerful. So yes, I want to be at the top of Avon. I want to get back to where I'm making a high 6-figure income. I was making a mid 6-figure income before. I want to be back doing that and more. I want to be at the top level of Avon. I love the recognition. I thrive on it. So I want to be at that level. I want to be on the stage at RepFest or at conventions. Those are the things I want. But there's so many things along the way that I can appreciate. Even customers. I have a fairly new customer, probably for the last 4 months, and she's an amazing customer, and I love her. But I've never met her, and Richard knows her because he delivers to her. And so about a week or two ago, we went out to dinner with her, and took her out to dinner and got to know her. And she's amazing. It's just another friend that I've made in this business, and that's the cool thing. See, that's the cool thing about our business, and that's the cool thing about there's so many things around us to look at. So even if you're in a rough spot, even if you're having a hard time, just try and lift up your head and look around. What can you appreciate? What do you have that's happening good in your business or in your life? There's always something to appreciate. Even in the darkest times, there's always something to appreciate. Anyway, sorry, I kind of sound like I'm on my high horse here, but thanks for being with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.